But at the end of the day, it is like I said, put the fight on.
Hey, Wack, hey, yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So we got EIMANTAS STANIONIS versus Jaron Ennis unification match. 147 with the ring championship on the line. Whoever wins this fight will be deemed as the #1 fighter at 147, the lineal champion with the ring belt, and they will be unified. And you got two other champions in the division, Brian Norman Jr. and Mario Barrios. I think all four champions currently are formidable opponents. Mario Barrios has made some noise coming up from 140 after taking, a loss, being stopped. And, got beat by Keith Thurman as well. You dig what I'm saying? So this is a really good fight to be able to create some separation between these guys. We seen what Brian Norman Jr. has done, made a lot of noise. We seen what Jaron Ennis has been able to do over the course of his career at 147. EIMANTAS STANIONIS has been bitten by the injury bug quite a bit recently in his career, but we seen when EIMANTAS STANIONIS is healthy, he's a machine, he's strong, throws punches in bunches, a really exciting fighter to watch, a fantastic body puncher, and has a great chin. We really ain't seen STANIONIS hurt for real. He's showing you that his head like cement. You feel what I'm saying? Dude can take punches and he can give them too. And he throw punches nonstop. He one of those guys that will sit right there in the pocket with you in the line of fire and take one to give one if that's what he got to do. But a lot of people don't give EIMANTAS STANIONIS his credit for his defense. He got a really tight, basic guard, two-hand guard defense. And he ain't very slick, but at the same time, he be catching and blocking a lot of those shots too, And Jaron Ennis, man, I think this is one of those fights where there's going to be a huge opportunity for him to be the very best version of himself. What I mean by that, stylistically, you got a guy like STANIONIS who gonna be right there. He ain't finna do a whole lot of moving and evading and trying to get out the way. Just like how Romain Villa was. Now, I think STANIONIS is way better than Villa. Villa was big and he had power. But EIMANTAS STANIONIS is just way more technically sound. He's a smarter fighter. He's a more intellectually gifted fighter. Now, I ain't saying that he's, he ain't no world beater when it comes to ring IQ, but he's a smart fighter. Way smarter than Romain Villa. Way more technically sound. And he's a thinking man in the ring, even though his style is, straight up and down, get with you right in the paint, you know what I'm saying, and bang it out with you. He's a thinking fighter in there. And that style that he fight with, he does it with intellect. You feel me? And so I think we're going to be able to see Jaron Ennis put it all together. This is a great opportunity for him on the biggest stage because it's a unification, your first time holding two belts if you win, and you be able to call yourself the #1 lineal fighter in the division, and it's an undefeated fighter with a name. You feel me? A guy we been wanting to see this fight for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And so all of those things considered, on top of the fact that stylistically is a guy who is tough and got that, who gonna be right there. And Jaron Ennis, in the past, we've seen if he has a fighter that's gonna stay right there and fight with him, he can put on some of the most beautiful offense that you'd have never seen. The different combinations, the punch variation, the selection with his punches is so deep. and vast. You know what I mean? Has a very diverse attack on offense. And I think you'll have an opportunity to see some footwork from Jaron Ennis being able to create those angles. You seen he did the slow motion shit with Roy Mainvilla. I don't know if he gonna be able to do that with EIMANTAS STANIONIS. You know what I'm saying? Because Stanionis gonna, he gonna be in there trying to get with you. But I think stylistically this fight can be either all good it could be phenomenal. Like just everything that Jaron Ennis wants this performance to be. Or it could be bad for him. You feel me? The reason why I say it could be bad is because I've been noticing Jaron Ennis the way he been looking. You know what I mean? Not just in the ring, but the weight cuts. He's a big dude, man, for 147. And I just saw a recent face-off with Stanionis and Ennis. And I mean, Ennis ain't looking no different than he normally looked, but then at the same time, it's like we're getting later and later in his career. He's still young, but the only thing that's moving right now is time. You feel me? And so if he been looking like this, and you starting to see the signs of him being emaciated even more so, I just don't want to. I don't want him to be weakened in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? So, if there's any signs of weakness in his punch resistance, his ability to take a shot, because he got hit with some shit versus Karen Chukajan. You feel what I'm saying? And I think Stanionis is way more accurate than Chukajan. He's more powerful, he's more explosive. And if there's any weakness in terms of Jaron Boost's his energy and his ability to take a shot, that will be exposed in this fight, because I think he's gonna get hit. He gonna get hit in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But if he's strong, like I believe him to be, and everything else is in order in terms of his agility, his hand speed, the combination, everything like we normally see with Jaron in his offense, this could be one of them ones for him. This could be a perfect canvas for him to get his shit off, because here you're going to have a competitive game guy in Stanionis that's going to be right there to allow you to make him miss and make him pay and be first too. You know what I'm saying? I think this you're going to see Jaron Ennis have an opportunity to counter a lot and also be first. You know what I'm saying? And so I think this is a great fight, man. This right here, this is a cornerstone type of fight for Jaron Ennis and EIMANTAS STANIONIS too, because I think he can win this fight. Yes, I'm heavily leaning towards Jaron Ennis because, I mean, that's the smart move. He's the more highly touted guy. He's the star in this show. You feel me? Yes, I am leaning more heavily towards Jaron Ennis, but EIMANTAS STANIONIS can win this fight. Make no mistake about that. He can win this fight. I think I don't know what to expect from Stanionis with how his career has been going lately. You know what I'm saying? Dropping out of fights due to injuries and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? I believe he had even an illness at one point. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see how he looking at this level after dealing with those things. You feel what I'm saying? And so if he's strong and he got the fire and desire, you feel what I'm saying, to go out there and stand in the midst of the chaos with Jaron Ennis and be his huckleberry. You know what I'm saying? Give him everything that he asking for. He can win this fight, bro. You know, and if he land those same shots that Karen Chukajan was landing on Jaron Ennis, he can hurt him. I think in this fight, either guy can get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And those first 4 rounds is going to be very interesting in terms of the respect level. You know, I think both guys going to be trying to establish dominance and get their respect right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Especially Jaron Ennis. I think he going to try to come in there and get his respect off top. off the dribble. You feel me? Simply because he know the type of fighter that Stanionis is. He know that motherfucker gonna be right there all night throwing them bitches. You feel me? Capable of throwing 1,000 punches in a fight. So for a guy like that, you know he gonna be there throwing shots. You gotta get your respect, because the last thing you want is a motherfucker like that to feel so confident and to not respect what you got going on to the point where they right there in their natural element, just letting the motherfuckers go. You know what I'm saying? And you on the defense and you ain't got your respect and you can't keep them up out for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing Jaron Ennis want. So I think he gonna come in early off top trying to get his respect. And I think Stanionis gonna come in, you know, check the temperature real quick in the first couple of rounds, see if Jaron Ennis gonna take a couple of steps back. And if he do, then you gonna see Stanionis pressing the gas on it. You know what I'm saying? But if Boost come in pushing him back, we gonna see how well Stanionis fight off the back foot, because in my opinion, that ain't where he wanna be, not in this fight. He don't want to be on the back foot versus Jaron Ennis. I've seen Stanionis fight off of the back foot sparingly, you know what I'm saying? But not against the level of a guy like this. You don't want to be moving back on Jaron Ennis, and that ain't even really your style like that. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Honestly, man, I'm favoring Boost Ennis in this fight. I think, you know, if I had to put money on it, I would definitely pick Boost to win. I would say by decision. I don't really know if he stops Stanionis, even though I think stylistically it makes sense for a stoppage. But I think Stanionis is going to be strong. He going to be able to take some shit. And we might see something in this fight where Ennis, he having a great performance. He get hit with some shit where he like, oh, hold on now. You know what I'm saying? Hold on now. I can't just run down on him like I do everybody else. And then he going to start boxing. Go 12, get the decision. You know what I'm saying? Or Stanionis I could see Stanionis possibly getting a crazy shot off on Boots and hurting him, because Boots has some defensive deficiencies. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. I got Jaron Boots Ennis winning, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.